Hello everyone. So welcome back to the introduction series. Today we will look at the topic of gravitation. So let us revise the universal law of gravitation. So according to universal law of gravitation, every particle of matter attracts every other particle of matter with a force which is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So let's say we have two masses m1 and m2 and the distance between them is d. So that would mean there is a force between them which is directly proportional to the product of their masses m1 into m2 and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So with this we get F is equal to G m1 m2 upon d square, where G is universal gravitational constant. Now what would be the units of G? So G has the units Newton meter square per kg square. Let us do its dimensional analysis. So what is Newton? Newton is kg into meter per second square. So kg meter per second square, that would make length will be 1, mass will be 1, time is raised to minus 2 multiplied by length raised to 2 and multiplied by mass raised to minus 2. So this would become, dimensional analysis of G would become L raised to 3 m raised to minus 1 and p raised to minus 2. So this would be dimensional analysis of G. Okay. Now for Earth, we assume mass of Earth is m and Earth is completely spherical. So radius is uniform everywhere, which is r. Now what would be the gravitational force due to Earth acting on any object of mass m which is on its surface? It would be F is equal to G m, small m would be mass of the object, r square. Now we put Gm upon r square to be G, the gravitational acceleration. Therefore we get force is equal to mg. Okay. So clear up till now. Now we will look at two different situations. How gravitational acceleration G will vary. The first situation is we will move away from the earth. Okay, we will increase the altitude of the object of mass m. And the second situation would be we will take the object of mass m into the depths of the earth. So let us see how gravitational acceleration will vary in both these cases. Now first one is variation with altitude. So here we have Earth of radius r and we have an object at a height h above the surface of Earth. Now what would be the gravitational force acting on this object? Now the object would be acted upon by the entire Earth. Okay, so entire Earth of mass m. Now force of gravity, gravitational force Fg would be G, mass of Earth m, mass of object small m upon. Now the distance would be distance of the object from the center of the Earth, because we have already studied if we have a spherical object, we assume that all of its mass is located at the center. So that would be r plus h. So r plus h bracket square. But force due to gravity would be mass into gravitational acceleration. So m into g of h would be gm upon r square into m into r upon r plus h bracket square. So on the right hand side, I have multiplied by r square to the numerator and multiplied by r square in the denominator. So these two get cancelled. Therefore, g of h is equal to gm upon r square is nothing else but gravitational acceleration g. Therefore, we get this is equal to g into 1 upon. Now, if we divide by r, both numerator and denominator in this term, what would we get? We get 1 in the numerator and 1 plus h by r in the denominator. Therefore, we will get g of h is equal to g into 1 plus h by r raised to minus 2. Okay. So, 1 plus h by r, as h increases, 1 plus h by r will go on increasing. So, gravitational acceleration as height increases will start to go down. Okay. And it will not go down linearly, it will go down inverse squarely. Okay. So, it will go down like this. Now, let us look at variation in g with depth. Now, this is Earth of radius r. We are going depth d inside the surface of the Earth. Now, the radius of the inner sphere would be r minus d. Now, here we have object at point P of mass m. So, mass of the object would be m. Now, we have to be careful to consider mass of the earth which exerts gravitational force on this object. So, the shell which is outside of the mass m at point P, the gravitational force exerted by that shell would be symmetrical from all sides and hence would get cancelled. This can be proved, but we don't have enough time to do that right now. So, the only force acting would be due to the inner shell. Okay. But remember, we have to consider mass of just the inner shell, not the whole earth. For that, first we will find the density of earth. So, density symbolized by rho would be mass upon volume. We are assuming earth is uniformly dense. A lot of assumptions have been taken, but we just have to remember this is an ideal case scenario. Of course, earth is not completely spherical. The density of earth will vary with various surfaces, but for ease of our calculations, we are assuming earth is spherical and density is uniform. So mass of earth is m, and what is the volume? Earth is a sphere, so 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi r cube. So this will be the density. Therefore, mass of inner sphere would be density into volume. So density is m upon 4 by 3 pi r cube multiplied by volume of the inner sphere would be again 4 by 3 pi r minus d cube, because here radius is r minus d. So 4 by 3, 4 by 3 and pi get cancelled. So we get m into r minus d cube upon r cube. Therefore, gravitational force acting on the object at point P, whose mass is m, is G capital M r minus d cube upon r cube. See, that would be the mass of the earth that is exerting gravitational force, not complete m, but m into r minus d cube upon r cube into mass of the object divided by radius. So that would be r minus d square. Therefore, m into g at depth, this would become gm upon r square into m into r minus d upon r. So this has become gm upon r square is small g gravitational acceleration. So gm upon r square would be small g gravitational acceleration. Would get cancelled. So this would become g into 1 minus d upon r. Okay. So here with depth, the gravitational acceleration will linearly decrease. It will be inversely proportional. So as depth increases, GD will decrease. So here we have nice graph of G as the distance from the center of the earth changes. So this point is at surface. Okay, at surface we have maximum G. As we go inside, G linearly decreases, and as we go above the surface of the earth, G decreases inverse squarely. Okay, so this is change in gravitational acceleration with depth. So this is with depth and this is with altitude. So let us meet in the final video of the series tomorrow. Hope you are enjoying this series.